Hey, good morning. Uncle Lou, here. Uh, yep. Anyway, somebody made a video, you know who you are, about, the national championship title odds, which Vegas puts out every Wednesday or so of every week, the updated odds. And they mentioned that right now Georgia is the odds-on favorite to win it all. I was going to say something about this earlier in the week, but decided not to. But anyway, there's a reason for that. The SEC champion, or whatever representatives from the SEC make it into the playoff, whatever team or teams that happens to be, those are going to be the teams that are favored in the playoff games, no matter who they play. That's just the reality. I'm not trying to beat my chest about the SEC here. That's just the reality of the way Vegas is going to set these odds. The SEC participant in the playoffs is going to be favored. The reason Georgia right now has the best odds to win it is not because Vegas expects Georgia to win it. You have to remember, these odds are based on betting numbers and what people are betting on. And whether you like it or not, what I'm about to tell you is a fact. There's one team right now in the SEC who is 99.9% guaranteed to get to the SEC championship game, and that's Georgia. That's not because Vegas or the majority of people think that Georgia is better than Alabama or Mississippi State or Ole Miss or Auburn, which will probably, one of those four teams most likely will be the West representative. The reason Georgia is the favorite to win it right now is because it's too hard to determine which team from the West is going to be represented in that SEC title game. Georgia will be an underdog in the SEC title game, regardless of who they play. Whether they win it or not, we'll get to that when the time comes. But that's why the odds are low for Georgia right now, because it's too hard to determine which team from the West is going to make it. Because they're all so good. They're all jumbled together with the one loss, with the exception of Mississippi State. But Mississippi State will lose a game. They're not going undefeated. So those odds are a reflection of what's happening in the SEC West. Those odds are not a reflection of Vegas thinking that Georgia is the best team in the country. I don't think they think. I know they don't think that. In fact, if you look a little deeper, or if you study these odds or Vegas odds or something you keep up with, then you know that right now Alabama would be a favorite over any other team in the country on a neutral field. That includes Ole Miss. That includes any team from the West. That includes Georgia. That includes Oregon. That includes Notre Dame, Michigan State, Florida State, whatever team you want to throw in there. Alabama would be a favorite over any team they played at this point. But the odds for Alabama to win the national title right now are higher than the odds for Georgia to win it, simply because there is a possibility that Alabama will not even make it to the SEC championship game. This isn't a trash talk video. I'm not claiming that Alabama won't make it to the national title game. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you look at the way the West is laid out right now, it's too hard to tell which team's going to come out of there. Whereas in the East, it's as close as you can get to a guarantee right now that Georgia will be the team that comes out of the East. And everyone agrees, from coast to coast, whether you love the SEC or hate it, everyone agrees that the SEC champion is getting into the playoff. So for that single fact alone, that's why the odds right now favor Georgia, because they're the closest team, or the only team in the SEC right now guaranteed a spot in the SEC championship game. Georgia would have to lose 2 of its next 3 conference games, and probably all 3 of its conference games, depending on what happens with Missouri, to not make the SEC championship game. So the odds of that happening are slim. It's not me being a Georgia fan. That's not me being a homer. Bottom line is we have Florida, Kentucky, and Auburn. The odds of us losing all three of those games are very, very slim. I would argue that the odds of us losing one of those games is probably over 50%. Whatever number that is, you can decide that for yourself. And there's a possibility we win them all. It's just the way it is. Again, it's not a trash talk video, but somebody did make a video about Georgia being the favorite to win the national title and what a joke they thought that was. You're entitled to your opinion, sir, but Uncle Lou here for you. Just trying to help you understand why that is. It's not that Vegas thinks Georgia's the best team. It's a reflection of what's going on in the West right now. So I hope that clears everything up for you people. So yep. But anyway, that's it. I was just gonna type this in the comment on your video, but I started typing and there was really no way to type that out and have it make sense without writing some kind of a novel in there. And I don't have time to do that, and I'm much too busy and way too important to spend half my day trying to type that into a comment on one of your videos. So I'll go ahead and make a video here for you instead. But anyway, tomorrow's the cocktail party. I don't know, I'll probably do another video today. Hate video. Yep. Oh, almost forgot. Good morning!